gonna be drawing and stuff, but I'll try to make sure that I monitor the chat as much as possible.
Yeah, I feel like when we draw and stuff like that, we're pretty good about doing that. So.
Oh, and Geoffrey is in here, so now you're gonna get all excited. Oh my god!
I'm I'm kind of getting like squigglies in my stomach.
Yeah.
I'm all excited now.
And Geoffrey says, "Hey guys." Ellie says, "OMG." Yeah, that's where Mudbutt comes from.
That's where your butt comes from. Is that what you said?
No, I said Mudbutt. So this is what we did yesterday. These are some of the commissions that I did, and we're starting on this Captain America. So I'm gonna be finishing with this. I also want to finish working on Gambit and Spider-Man and everything that I have. It's just too much. It's too much going on.
Yeah.
So much. And that's why we do it. And Joe says, who's the one on the right?
Oh, my girlfriend's sister wanted me to draw her a Wonder Woman and a She-Ra.
There you have it. Wonder Woman and She-Ra. Elta Ladru just joined. So El Taladru.
El Taladru. Welcome in.
Mm-hmm. Ellie says, "Oh."
Yeah, Ellie's too young to remember She-Ra.
I need to pull up YouTube on my end so I can see what it looks like. Turn the volume down since we're not on there. All right, we're gonna be working soon. Hopefully, I'll get some more haters.
Yeah, you like that?
I mean, you're not doing nothing if no one's hating you, right?
I think so, yeah, because there's always going to be people out there that like want to tear you down.
Exactly.
So, because they're so miserable in their life, and they're like, well, obviously he's got his stuff together. Maybe I can give him a complex.
Something like that. Hold up. So I'm trying to get everything.
Yeah, I told my girlfriend about that stuff last night.
That's all right. I'll fix it. All right, we better? No, I hear myself again.
Everybody hears yourself again.
All right, I figured that out.
That sounds better.
All right, so what happened was I was trying to monitor the chat for you on the iPad, but that's not going to work, so it's all right.
Are you still echoing for yourself, though?
No.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, if you do on monitor the chat on the iPad, you have to completely mute it, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, it was muted, but I don't know why. I don't know. I think it also included me into the stream because I'm going with you. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I get it because that's what happens to me a lot. So.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's get to work.
Yeah, I told my girlfriend about that hater and stuff like that showed up in your stream yesterday. And Ellie says, by the way, Graves broken. And Jeffrey says, Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's to all of you as well.
Happy New Year.
He also says, sorry, guys. Had a phone call if y'all were talking. Not yet, we weren't. But yeah, I told my girlfriend about that hater, and, we were talking about how, you were saying, oh, we're going to get you a YouTube channel. I'm like, no, thank you. And even she was like, why? And I'm like, because of stuff like that. I mean, I couldn't handle stuff like that.
Why not? That doesn't define you, and if that does define you, then you have your priorities
I have a lot.
wrong.
I will be honest with you, and because it's just you and me and nobody else is here,
Uh-huh.
I have a lot of self-esteem issues.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know any of that about me.
Yeah.
But I've had them my whole life. I've never been able to overcome them.
Uh-huh.
So it's just, yeah, people get in my head like that, and I can't get them out.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what you told me. When you can't draw feet, what do? Draw feet, right?
That was correct.
So maybe you can apply that same logic.
And so, like, if I don't want a YouTube channel, I shouldn't get a YouTube channel.
No. If you're having the self-esteem issues based on how other people view your art, you're gonna struggle a lot as a comic creator because look at Liefeld, you know? You're
Yeah,
gonna
I
have one
understand
of
that.
those moments, and that's just the trick of the trade. At least how I see it. And the sooner I accept it, maybe the sooner I'll be able to get over it if and when it happens. That's just the way I see it.
No, and you're not wrong.
Nothing new in the chat.
Yeah.
So, over on YouTube, I am working on this Captain America. It shows that I have 4 people viewing. So, the moment anybody, 9 people viewing, swag. I love that. I love when that number jumps up and then drops down just as quick. They're like, man, this is corny.
Yep. Nope, not what I wanted. Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to get confidence like this by doing stuff on Whatnot, you know?
Yeah.
So how was your guys' overnight? Did you guys do a lot of fireworks or anything like that that drive your dogs crazy?
No. The only thing that drove my dogs crazy was my son messing with them with some of the decorations that my wife had for the new year.
Right.
Yeah. So they're traumatized by what we do, not by anyone else. You know?
That's funny.
Yeah, bro. What about you guys?
We had a pretty light night. The house that's right next to us is a rental house, and the people that were there moved out about 2 months ago, and they were extremely loud. And last year they were all about fireworks and everything like that. So we could hear some fireworks off in the distance,
Mm-hmm.
but it was pretty quiet. I mean, I know I went to bed early. I was in bed before midnight. So even my son was like, why are you going to bed before midnight? I'm like, because I don't care about this stuff.
Nah, you were like, because I have a show tomorrow and Jeffrey might join. Silver Rising joined.
Hey, welcome in, Silver. Yeah, you're not wrong, but I mean, you know, I had hopes and prayers that Jeffrey was going to show up, and you know, sometimes your prayers pan out.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I was really tired last night after we got done with our show, and I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna head to bed. You know, and I was definitely asleep by 11 o'clock.
Yeah. So.
But that's just, you know, that's me every year. I New Year's Eve is just not a thing for me. I don't care.
I don't have what I need. I'm sorry. Coams 405 said, that's fire, bro, over on YouTube. Thank you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. I realized that I don't have what I need to do these circles, so I'm just gonna move gonna move along.
What about your circle device?
So
Does
there,
that do like different size?
the circle device that I have, it did the circle for the outer shield, right? But he's got rings on the inner shield too, and
Right.
I don't want it to. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna work out how it should, because it's too perfect of a circle that it's going to be like the rings are clipping towards the edge of the outer shield, and that's not gonna work. This is why I buy every tool that comes around, because I don't ever I don't ever have what I need.
I understand you completely.
You know? You understand what I'm going through, bro? I'm a striker.
I legitimately do. No, I legitimately do. So that's why sometimes I'll see like that's how I ended up with like this thing right here. So I got this circle device here, and I got to buy the one that you got because I really liked it. Because I was like, oh, that was really convenient. But I got like this circle device.
Yeah.
And that's because I saw Jeffrey using it. I'm like, oh man, I don't know what that is, but I need it. So.
Hold on. So I have a comment. I have a comment on YouTube. It said, "Are you talking to an AI?" Sometimes, yes, he acts like an AI, but no, that is actually my co-host. So I'm co-streaming right now on a app called Whatnot. If you look up Whatnot and you look up my profile, you should see that I'm going live right now with Joe Wimson. He's another artist, and he typically moderates for me. So I'm talking to him. We're actually in a stream together right now.
I have never been referred to as AI before. I mean, the fact that somebody out there actually refers to me as being slightly intelligent is kind of almost scares me.
See, look, you see that level of optimism you have right there? Why can't you apply that when you get a hater?
You know what? I think when because you had like 2 streams in a row with a hater, and I remember the first hater. I was like, I tried to take that down quick.
Yeah.
So
if you don't have haters, bro, you're not doing nothing. So haters gonna hate. You can't hate them for doing what they're here to do, bro. You need haters. That's what haters. That's their job. That's their job.
you know what? And it's that one mentality. You know, you can't make everybody happy all the time. So somebody somewhere is going to be upset, right?
That's what I'm saying. You can make some people happy all the time, or you can make some people happy, or all people happy sometime. You can't have both. You can only do one or the other. And, you know, the sooner you get a hater, and haters usually hate on people that are more skilled or advanced than them in some. Either he's a better artist, but he's not bold enough to do it to the degree that we're doing it, like live in front of people. Or even though he's a good artist, he's probably very self-conscious, and the only thing that he can do is hate on people who have the potential and skill set to be better than him. Because I'm gonna keep getting better. You know what I mean? Like if I keep doing this, I'm gonna get better.
Right. I had some other people show up, but I don't know if they're still here or not. But History Teacher 2 showed up. Professor Axe was here. JP Omen 84 and Buffalo King was both. All of them are here. I don't know if they still are, but if they are, thanks for stopping by.
Welcome in, you guys. How do you guys feel about haters? For all the people who are viewing or in the chat, do you get shut down by haters, or do you use that as a fuel to charge your dream, the steam, the arrogance, like Kanye?
Oh yeah, I use it for fuel, but that fuel usually drives me like in the closet where I like sit in the corner and cry for a few hours.
So let's see. Oh, all right. My bad. He sounds like I'll download whatnot. I'll be back. Um, Combs 405 says I don't really care, so I don't mind. And that I can admit that that is easier for some people. You know, I don't
Yeah,
take away that that is something that a lot of people don't have, and probably will never have. But that's okay. I guess you have to just decide like what's better for you. Like,
yeah. No, I get you. And like I said, this is something I've had to deal with my whole life, and I haven't I've never really been able to overcome it. I mean,
yeah,
realistically, being with you on Whatnot is the first time that I've ever really have ever. I mean, I don't. I never even would put my stuff like on any kind of. I mean, I did it on Instagram, and I was not sure how that was going to go. And
yeah,
so then I feel like it's just baby steps.
yeah. And that's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be at your own time. And you, you know, whenever, if ever you get a hater, just know that more people have told you how awesome your art was than you know. Of all the people
Yeah,
that said how dope what I was doing looked, two people said that I couldn't draw. That's okay.
yeah,
And even
and I
one of
get
them
that.
defended. Even one of them was like, "Well, he's doing it, so you know." Sometimes it speaks for
Yeah,
itself. You don't even have to do it.
yeah, and I trust me, I get it. I just
And we had a lot of people join. We had Jay Pillman joined, Buffalo King, and T Trev 17 joined.
welcome in, Trev.
So you're usually more action packed with your art. What
Yep.
are you doing with this one?
This is what she asked for. She just basically wanted a picture with Wonder Woman standing next to She-Ra, and I'm like, there you go.
And that's gotta be like killing you, bro. Admit it, it's killing you on the inside.
I won't deny it. I really won't deny it. That's the whole thing. So it's just, yeah. But sometimes it's not about what you want; it's what the person that you're doing it for wants, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's like the one of the guys I work with. He's like, Joe, don't overthink it. It's like, all right, this is what you asked for. This is what I'm going to give you.
Slow moving joined. And Combs 405 said, "You guys watch anime or nah? You watch anime,
I
Joe?"
definitely want. Absolutely, I watch anime with my son. We watch certain shows. Absolutely. So yeah.
What's your favorite anime that you watched in
Um.
2025?
I'd say for 2025 because I was slow to get to it, but I was really happy once I got to it. It was wow. Okay. I have two different ones. They're I think completely different, and I like them a lot for two different reasons. So one was my hero, To Be Hero X. I really enjoyed that one immensely. And then one that I was really slow to get to was Frieren. I thought Frieren was amazing. And then the nice thing is the second season of that is getting ready to come out later this month, which I'm excited for. So at least I didn't have to wait too long for that. But there's some other ones that I like quite a bit. Like Jujutsu Kaisen is a good one. So I try to stay away from some of the ones that are like because when I first started watching Jujutsu Kaisen with like my son, like next to nobody knew what it was. Now it's super popular. But like a lot of the ones that like have been around for like a long time, like One Piece, I'll probably never watch that. I don't have time to watch like 3 or 4 episodes a month, much less trying to catch up on 1,000+ episodes. You know what I mean? I just don't have that kind of energy. So
Yeah.
Bleach is another one. Demon Slayer is another one. I probably won't be getting in on those anytime soon. And I know that those are very, 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 very popular. But
I don't really watch anime as much as people feel like I should watch anime.
I really enjoy watching a lot of anime on certain things, simply because some of the art and stuff like that is absolutely amazing.
Let's see. They said, I recommend AOT, MHA. The last 2 seasons are peak. FI, Vinland Saga, and there's a lot more I recommend, but I forgot the names. So, Combs, do me a favor for the names that you abbreviate. Can you put the whole thing? MHA is My Hero Academia.
Which I'm completely caught up on that one, and I really like it. This last season, the animation is fantastic.
What's AOT?
Attack on Titan.
Attacking on. Yeah, I knew that. I haven't watched it though. I've never watched it either.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one either. But yeah, My Hero Academia, I like that one a lot. I still have to finish this season, but I've watched the first 4 episodes, I think. So yeah.
I don't know if I want to do the ring things. I don't know if I want to be that detailed with this, bro.
That's up to you, but I'm not going to tell you.
I know you're not.
But if anybody could do it, I will tell you that I think it's you.
Whatever, bro. You're peer pressure. That's
no,
all you
no
are.
Peer pressure.
It's all peer pressure. You guys heard it here. You peer pressured me to do something that I didn't really want to do. This is how it happens.
This is how you end up with a YouTube
channel. Let's say someone said 6'7". It's pretty gruesome, so I don't recommend watching it with the kids. ALT. Oh, by the way. Yeah, by the way. Well, thank you.
Which one's pretty gruesome?
Attack on Titans, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Well, my youngest son is 21, so he's way into anime, and he has been for years. So it's always been like our thing to watch stuff together. And I know that I grew up watching anime and stuff like that because when I lived overseas, I watched a lot of it over there. And so sometimes I'll pull stuff out of pocket, and my son will be like, "How do you know about that?" I'm like, "I grew up with that stuff, CK, in the 70s and the 80s." And then, but yeah, he doesn't like a lot of the old shows, so. I mean, he didn't even realize until he came in and was looking through my Blu-ray collection. He's like, "When did you buy Akira on Blu-ray?" I'm like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. So, it's when that was released here in the States in limited release in theaters, I went to see it. So, I always like that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna have to get into it then. His youngest son is older than me.
That happens quite a bit, dude. So I'm probably old enough to be your grandfather.
It's funny because some of my closest friends, I would say most of my closest friends are older than me. So am I really just an old head? I mean, I'm
Mm,
at this point I'm pretty old now. I wouldn't even say like I'm young, you know?
it might just be that maybe you were just mature for your age, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
There's
that's
that.
kind of probably how I would look.
There's that.
I would probably, yeah. I mean, you kind of probably had your stuff together like early on, and kind of realized that there was a lot of stuff that younger kids were doing, that were just like, yeah, this is not going to get me anywhere, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, plus you and your girl have been together for like since high school, right?
Basically.
Yeah. So I mean, probably some of that probably also helped keep you on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. That's true. When you're right, you're right.
So yeah, I mean, you didn't have to worry about probably going to bars and strip clubs and things like that, and going out to raves just a day. Think about.
um Let me ask. So, Coam, he said, how has y'all New Year been so far in the last two? How was it? Or in last year too, how was it? Go ahead and answer that, Joe.
My last year was pretty okay. I didn't have any problems with it. I did a lot of stuff last year that I never thought I was actually ever going to be able to do. I got like my first comic book cover published. That made me super excited. Um, yeah, got to fly out to Arizona after not being out there to see friends and family for almost 25 years. So, you download Whatnot, for the first time, started streaming live and trying to get over that like mental, deficit. Yeah, I mean, I think last year was a great year, and it really kind of helps when you're hanging out with the right people, and
Yeah.
that's what D is. That's what D is for me. D is the right people. So, yeah, I hope 2025 is going to be a lot more of that.
My last year was pretty good. Had a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows. I also, well, I guess that wouldn't apply for last year because my book doesn't come out until this year. But I also will be a published artist for the first time. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
I started my YouTube channel like really with art within, well, more so the last year, but the year before, huh? When were we doing like live with the Hive?
You and I
About
remember
last year,
like
huh?
seeing like you and Grant was like not last year. Yeah, it was. It wasn't last year. It was the year before. But it was like in October.
Yeah, like at the end of the year prior.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
within the last year, I met Joe. The last year, I also started on Whatnot and met some of the people that we interact with a lot. Um,
A lot of really really good people.
I stepped it up a lot going to live shows. I did like my first Comic Con type shows.
Yeah, and they started killing that stuff, dude.
Yeah, bro. Um, what else? Last year was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was good for me business wise, and I hope to double up this year and make it even
Yeah,
better.
I have no doubt about that, bro. No doubt. I think you last year were really able to kind of create the blueprint of your baby steps going forward. I think this year you're definitely you're not even you're gonna skip the whole crawling thing.
Yeah. Art wise, I plan to challenge myself by doing a lot more covers and just getting better at art. I got a new follower, Valbeck over on Whatnot. Thank you for the follow. Uh, oh, Night Ninja. He says, Happy New Year, D. That's right. He said, Oh God, I'm finally on the stream. Sage8451, hey, is your username on Whatnot, D Graves Art? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. ESC BGM, Jesus loves you, man. Yes, he does, and I love him. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Combs 405 says, I'm guessing you guys are 40 to 50, so y'all got tips for someone who is just turning 16.
Oh man.
So
well, you're not 40 or 50. You're not there yet.
Yeah.
However, yes, I'm in my 50s. Yes.
I am 39. I turned 39 in October. But even with that said, yeah, we could have a lot of tips for someone turning 16. And if I were to give you a tip right now, I would say, what do you want to do? Like, are you an artist? Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to be, what is it that you want to be? If you've even figured that out at 16. And Night Ninja, man, I'm glad you're here, bro. He says, I'm loving Captain America. Thank you, bro. Thank you. We're trying to level up on here. Night Ninja was one of the first, like, congruent, would that be the word? He would always be in a stream with us. He would chat a lot.
Night Ninja.
Heck yeah.
Night Ninja probably doesn't remember, me with the old photogenic anus, but that's all right. That is okay. But yeah, I absolutely remember Night Ninja back on the streams with you and Grant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the old people, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I come back. So a 16-year-old wanting to do art, what would be my advice? My advice to you is make sure that's what you want to do. Is it something that you want as a career?
Yeah, he just responded. He said, I want to be a surgeon. Oh, I thought you meant like a job, but I like watching people do art, but I'm not too fond of, doing it myself. So if you want to be a surgeon, bro, I don't have any advice for that. Stay in school, take it serious.
Yeah, that's kind of what my advice was going to be, is like, go to school for that. And you don't want to do that freehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as an artist, I mean, I don't know what kind of advice are you looking for? I mean,
no, he's not. So he actually answered. He was like, he enjoys art, but he wouldn't be an artist. So that's half the battle right there. And then Beans3 says, whoa, that's so cool. Thank you so much. Night Ninja says, how was Chain been? I'm not sure. Maybe rephrase that. Carm says, but also like life advice. Life advice. So you got tons of that, Joe.
Maybe. My mom, by the way, says practice my stitching technique. I'm not sure what that means, but
that's her goal. Right. Maybe her goal for.
No. Oh, she's talking about for being a surgeon. Practice the stitching.
Yeah.
That's her advice. So. You know what, man? Just try to stay true to yourself. That would be my best thing. And just realize, like, every time you make a choice to do something, try to think of everything like 3 or 4 or 5 steps ahead. Don't be so impulsive that you're making stupid choices that will come back to haunt you later. I know for me, I've made lots of stupid choices, but some of the stuff that I've never done was I never got into drugs. I never got to smoking. I never did the drinking thing. You know, I used to have friends of mine that would go out and do stuff like that. And my thought process is if those people needed a ride home, they could call me. That was my way of trying to like ensure that like at least maybe, even though they were making poor choices, you know, maybe I could help, you know, mitigate the consequences of those actions. That's going to be the big thing, because I mean, you're 16, man. You're going to make a lot of stupid choices. You're going to make a lot of dumb things in your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. What's the phrase? Wasted youth makes for a wise and productive old age. If you've never done it, and you can't really tell somebody else, like, hey, don't do it, you know. That's why they tell people, like, you know, like maybe let the kids like learn how hot the pan is by putting their hand in the fire instead of just saying, don't touch that, it's hot. And then they keep coming back and you say, don't touch that, it's hot. At some point, maybe if they burn themselves, they'll realize it's hot. So try to use that kind of stuff, that kind of mentality, man. Just realize that, like, you know what, maybe I don't need to get burned.
Exactly. I said, Karen says, superhero Captain America, no one like in the world, but I like Spider-Man, I would think. RF Wally says, hi. Coam says, what advice for real? Or wise advice is for real. And RF Wally agrees. He says, I know, right? Yeah. And then, you know, at the end of the day, follow your own path. Don't be so quick to be like everybody else, because one thing that you'll learn when you get older is that people are fickle. One day they'll love you, the next day they'll hate you, and you can't call it. You can't estimate when it's going to happen. Most of the times, it's fleeting, you know. So
yeah, absolutely.
Stay grounded in your faith if that's what you're into, or what. But having faith in people that are always changing that's ill advice, you know. Look how we treat our celebrities. 1 second we're praising them for the things that they've done, and then the moment they make a decision that we don't necessarily like or agree with, we'll hate them or cancel them or whatever, you know?
Yep.
And don't let your mod peer pressure you into doing things that you don't want to do, because
Absolutely.
here I am. Joe knew damn well that I didn't really want to do. But look, Joe.
I'm looking.
Does that look like crap?
I see you're going. I see you're going crazy on the chainmail.
Let's see. How is chin strap? Okay. So Sage8451 says, what got you into drawing mainly comics? Because I've always been into comics, even though I haven't been the type that would like study comics or anything like that. I've always loved the visual appeal of comics. And at some point I would do other forms of art, you know? Like I'll draw other things, but right now that's what I'm interested in. And that's what people like to see me draw. So I'll just keep doing that until I find something else or other things that I want to draw. And then Night Ninja said, I mean, how is Chinstrap doing? And the sad thing is, I'm not really sure. He's kind of fallen off the radar completely. So I don't know. I just keep him in my prayers, and I hope all is well with him and his family, and keep it pushing because the show must go on. Koam says, I've been practicing like the suitors since my dad is also a doctor, and also I'm from uh, Suriname. So we have the Netherlands system, and I have the highest packets. So I'm at my 2 or 3 year of high school. That's right. Night
That's
Ninja
awesome, dude.
says, I haven't heard from him in a while. Me neither, bro. Calm says, so
Me either.
I'm also at medical school if you pass. That's right. Calm says the chains look nice. You should finish the Spider-Man. It looks sick. Thank you. I am. I'm going to finish this. I am going to finish it. Maybe we'll do it today. I also have this Gambit that I started on, and maybe we'll do something with that. I just, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to pressure myself to do it. Zen Shadow C says 2026. I don't see anything up on Whatnot. Night
Lorian 81 popped over on YouTube. I'm sorry,
Whatnot. Night Ninja says, wait, you're telling me that's supposed to be chainmail in his suit? Yeah, so it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's how would you describe it, Joe?
Chainmail.
Chainmail? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the way that it was designed in the comic books is supposed to be more like chainmail. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was the word for it. Look, you learn something new every day. And yeah, depending on what design you do, that's what it is. Chainmail. I'm hoping that when I do like shadows and stuff like this, it won't look so, it doesn't look stupid, right?
Yeah. No, that's what I saw. Last time I looked at it, it didn't look stupid. I mean, things could have changed, but no, it looks fine.
Let's see. Night Ninja says, I hope he's doing well. You and me both, man. I do hope that he's doing well. I do hope that whatever he went through or whatever is, I hope he's doing well. Sage8451 says, do you have any advice for people selling art? I have no idea where to start selling, shopping, setting prices, etc. Yes, we have advice for that, and there are different paths that you can go through, and I'll tell you them. Night Ninja says, I always thought it was like fish scales or some kind of textured fabric. And then Calm says, can you try and draw Venom or the Flash? I can draw Venom. I've drawn Venom. One of my next comic covers I'm thinking about doing is something like this. So I want to do that on a comic book, on a cover, kind of like what you're looking at right here. So we'll see what we end up doing with that idea. I think
we're probably going to be working on that in the next week or so.
Probably, yeah. So stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe so you can see this. To circle back to Sage, his question. So when I first started selling artwork, I didn't start on Whatnot. I started, and believe it or not, I started selling at my local SWAT meet. My SWAT meet. I would say if you have art, start there, because not only is it local, but it's not going to cost you a lot of money to get a booth. For me, it was like $35. And I'm sure that's subjective because I don't want to assume what people's pockets are looking like,
Yeah.
But $35 for me at that time, or even now, was not a bad price. So start there. Start at your local swap meet or farmers market. I still do farmers markets because that's where you get in touch with the locals, with the people that are surrounding you, like your community, and they'll support you. A lot of those people want
Now, go ahead.
a lot of those people want the comic experience without necessarily going to the comic conventions.
Now, the one thing that I'm going to tell you, and this is something that I learned because I did my first kind of show earlier this year, and I was ill prepared for it. And that is look at other people and talk to them and find out how to have like signage, have your stuff displayed. You have to be able to present stuff to people with information that are just walking by, because if you don't have anything on display, you don't have anything saying what you're there for, they're not going to have a clue. They're just going to see you standing there by a table. You need to be able to kind of convey to them exactly why you're there and what's going on so that they want to come over and engage with you. These are things that I did not have a clue about.
So when I first started at the swap meet, I started off with a little white folding table and like 20 pictures, 5 8.5 by 11 prints spread out on the table, and then like some 4 by 6s. And what's going to sell your artwork more than just how your artwork looks is your engagement. So signage helps because that helps the introverts see what you have without necessarily speaking to you and coming out of their shell. But you talking to them is going to give you more sales.
Once they come over because they're interested in what's brought them in, it's just like any business, right? I mean, they see your sign on the street, they're like, oh, this is, wow, I'm going to go into you want to engage with the customer, potential customer at least. I mean, that's how it is. And I was not, like I said, I'm a serious introvert, so me like engaging with strangers while I'm trying to draw and stuff like that was not like secondhand nature for me.
That's why I was telling you I refuse to do it, bro. I like drawing when I'm at a show, but then I shut down. I'm not engaged when I do that.
Yeah.
And it's not helpful for me to do that. I will see people walk by my booth, and I'll call out to them and be like, it looks better up close. And then they'll laugh, and then they'll come over and be like, oh, do you draw this? I say, yeah, I do all the artwork myself. And once you start those conversations with them, then you can lead into a sell. But your confidence has to be there too.
Well, what also helps with that too is because if somebody else sees you talking to somebody else, they're going to assume that you have something of interest, and people will just gravitate towards other people.
Right. My man Combs said, how was high school back then? I graduated in 2005, so it wasn't that long. Well, 20 years ago. Jeez. That's funny, man. Night Ninja says, bro, where I live, people don't appreciate art. They always call my art cartoonish. All they care about is realism, and most of the time they want to bargain if it's good. Yeah, you're going to run into people. People want art, but they don't want to pay. And you have to determine, and that also goes to the second part of his question with pricing. You have to take a long look at your art and say, what is my art to me? Don't let other people tell you where to start your prices at, because you know what effort and energy you put into it. However, your customer base does kind of confirm if that is a valid price or not. It's kind of like with real estate.
What's in demand?
Exactly.
Are you in demand? I mean, so over here, like on the Whatnot app, there's a lot of artists over here, and so I mean, if you came over to Whatnot, It's free to join. I'm not pushing WhatsApp. I'm sorry, Whatnot. Thank you. However, it is a really good informative educational tool so that you can look at like dozens and dozens and dozens of artists all at the same time. And some of them are doing maybe the same thing you are or something similar to what you're doing. This way you can look at, I mean, I see other artists like Anthony, and I probably know like 2 or 3 dozen other artists that are on here that do stuff that's similar to me and Anthony. Some of us price our stuff very similarly. There's other artists that are on here that are much, much more professional, or at least they, in their mind, believe they are, and they really price themselves accordingly. It just depends. I mean, like I said, educate yourself by like getting on like an app, you know, or like the Anthony's saying, start going around to like some of your farmers markets or your swap meets and looking for other artists and see what they do. But I mean, realistically, sometimes somebody will sit there and say something to you. It's like, oh my God, that painting's worth like $100. You should charge $100 for that. You're basically giving it away for like 50, but realistically, you could sell it for 50 and you may not sell it for 100. So what's it worth for you?
Yeah, it changes a lot, man.
Absolutely.
Night Ninja says, so have any advice to sell art online? Look into Whatnot, like what we're saying. That's a good place to start. Or do commissions. Also, Whatnot. I actually did 2 commissions just last night from Whatnot. So this sketch card and this sketchbook cover.
So for you guys that are aspiring artists that like are looking to draw and sell your stuff, Whatnot is an amazing app. I wish I would have known about it like years and years and years ago. I don't know how long it's been around.
It's fairly new. I think it's only like four years, if maybe.
Right, and you and I just got onto it like last year. But realistically, the amount of stuff that you and I have learned and the amount of people that we've networked with on this app is astronomical.
Yeah.
And that's the cool part about this app too, is there's so many artists that are on here. And I'm going to say 99% of the artists that I have talked to and that the Anthony's talked to, none of them gatekeep. They're all willing to share. They're all willing to help. There's a lot of them on here that, like, I mean, when you're on Whatnot, like right now on Whatnot, Anthony and I are sharing our screens together. So people are looking at what I'm drawing and they're looking at what he's drawing. There's a lot of artists that are on here that love doing that with other artists. You know, and then after you connect with them, I mean, we, in some locations, talk to each other as well offline on Discord just to say, hey, what do you think about this? Oh, hey, have you guys seen this? Hey, I mean, it's great. I mean, if you're looking for like a supportive community, the artists on Whatnot are amazing like that. And they're not all just here in the States. I mean, some of the guys that I talked to, some of them are in Canada, some of them are in the UK, some of them are in France. So it's not just here in the States. So, but I'm going to say like a large portion of them are.
Sage over on YouTube says, I gotta get my skills up, LOL. I'm also an introvert. This is the best way to work on that, bro. Like I said, if you start at a farmer's market, for me, that's how I felt like, okay, if I can do this, I can do a comic convention. However, comic conventions, it does have its own pressures because I also start comparing myself because I'm around other, artists, and that's difficult.
Artists sometimes.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Sometimes those guys, absolutely.
That's difficult. So you have to be prepared for that. He says, do you guys collect action figures or is it like it's weird? Yes, we both do.
No.
Come on, Jeff.
Yeah, it's not weird.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you it's...
So you can use them in a practical sense as an artist because you can put them up and look at different lighting scenarios. Um, and also,
FYI, real quick, K Mind Your Ink is here. Say, hey, Kate, how's it going?
okay,
She says,
happy
Happy New Year.
2026, yo.
She also says, I felt like people at farmers markets devalue my work and try getting discounts, which is disrespectful. That's a legitimate thing too. So that's why I kind of would recommend Whatnot a lot as well, because you'll get a really decent sense of what your stuff is really worth. I mean, realistically, I remember like a little bit more than a year ago, I got so frustrated because I had done a piece of art. You remember this one, D. I did that Spider-Man where he was sitting on the wall eating that sandwich.
Yeah.
And I did it for this guy, and this guy, well, I didn't do it for him, but I just did it. And this guy I work with was like, dude, my son loves, like Spider-Man. Like, how much can I buy that from you? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, realistically, when we started asking around, find out how much it's worth. You guys told me how much it was worth, and I told him, like, hey, this is what I would probably sell it for. He's like, yeah, that's way too much. That's like California prices. And I'm like, actually, the people that told me this stuff, even though it was you, I said, weren't in California. So I said, this is just, like what the going prices, like, for art. And he's like, yeah, I'm not willing to pay, that much or something like that. And then it's like I don't want to say we got like into like a discussion about it, because he's kind of a friend of mine. And so I felt like really kind of depressed about it. And I just ended up saying, you know what, just take it and give it to your kid. Just keep the money.
Yeah. It's difficult when you have to deal with something like that. I'm fortunate to where I actually, even at farmers markets, I didn't really get lowballed. I started off at a swap meet, and my prices that I had there let me know if it were too high or too low. The worst thing you want to do is start off with your prices being too low and then start increasing them, because people are going to feel some type of way about that. You can start your price, and this is something that I live by being in sales. You can start your price at a high price point and always put it on sale. You understand? So pick the number that you genuinely want to sell your price or your artwork for. And if it's too expensive or a lot of people aren't buying it, put it on sale. You can do that. And that makes people feel like, oh man, this is a deal, versus you starting off with like a $20 for something that's like 80 to $100. And then when you really want the price that you feel it's worth, they're like, man, you keep raising your prices, and it's a turnoff. You know what I'm saying?
Which, by the way, Kay says, yes, come to Whatnot, friends. Come to the dark side.
Yeah, we promote Whatnot because Whatnot has been pretty kind to us.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of the artists that are on here are super, super, super dope. And Kay, like I said, Kay is one of those individuals that I was just talking about. You're not just talking to people here in the States, like Kay lives in Canada, and so you will start to network with people really quick when you start hanging out with these people, and like I said, like 99% of them are really, really cool.
Let's see. Sage on YouTube says the sketchbook cover is fire. Thank you. I did that live last night, which was kind of difficult because they wanted a specific view. They wanted what they wanted, and I had never seen it before, so I was really just learning that at that time. So it was kind of difficult. And then Night Ninja says, I had a guy in my high school who would sell his art at the lowest price being $250. He has won lots of awards in the country. He's what I call an art suite? An art suite?
I don't know. How does he spell it?
Sage also says, what do you guys use for packaging the art? So that's also a loaded question because it depends on the size that you're using. You can use Amazon to buy mailers or whatever, just know that you have to pay for that kind of stuff, like shipping and weight and all of that.
Yeah, and I mean, you can go to like FedEx or UPS
and
you
ship
can
it
buy
out.
those
Yeah.
kind of mailers. And they'll package it up and ship it to you. You know, so they'll have the rigidity. I go to honestly like Walmart and I buy like a lot of my shipping supplies there because it's cheap. Sometimes I go to the FedEx store to buy the stuff that I can't get at Walmart. I hold on to like all, unfortunately. So like sometimes my closet looks like a homeless person lives in there. But I hold on to like all of my like packages that come in the mail for the cardboard because whether I'm shipping something out, I will take cardboard and cut it down to size and slide it in envelopes and stuff like that just to add extra rigidity so that it's not so easy for some dumbass postal person to just like fold it and crinkle it and turn it into a taco, even though it says do not bend right there on the envelope. But honestly, typically, I mean, don't use the post office. Just go with FedEx or UPS. They'll be a little bit more delicate with your stuff. Kay says the best is you don't need to show your face. And she's talking about Whatnot. It's a great space for introverts and getting your heart out there. Bill Will says my art is totally different from y'all's. I can't even get the price of materials. Oh yeah, well that's because of what you do. She says I wind up gifting it to folks because I'm so frustrated. Yeah, she does like a lot of crocheting and needlework and stuff like that. And so I mean, you literally go buy like a thing of yarn for like $5 or $6. Sometimes $8. And you'll go through 2 or 3 of them, and you still can't sell like your crochet stuff for that small amount of money.
Yeah. It's all a game. It's all a game at the end of the day. You have to figure out what you're willing to sell for and what people are willing to buy for. And it's difficult in doing that because again, like you'll always be compared to something else. Either you're gonna be compared to how other artists, how much they sell their stuff for, or the quality or the skill level or whatever. How can you sell your artwork for that much? You're not Jim Lee or whatever, but at some point you could be.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm still a firm believer is you decide what you want your prices to be and then you make it that way. Don't let the people dictate it. However, there is some validity to that because if ain't nobody buying your stuff, you'll figure it out. Like, man, that might be too expensive.
Yeah. I mean, look at Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Tesla was popular for a while and now it's not. So now they're dropping prices on inventory. It's how it goes.
It's just how it goes. I'll be hopping off. I'll check tomorrow if you guys are live again. For sure, bro. Make sure you subscribe, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Sweat like when you exercise. Oh, sweat. Art sweat. That's what I call an art sweat.
Oh, yeah. I get you because I remember my son used to use that verbiage like when he would play against certain players, like on like Fortnite and stuff like that. And he'd be like, "This guy's sweaty." So I get you.
I've never.
No, I get you on that. So, but yeah, it's basically somebody drinking their own Kool-Aid and thinking they're probably bigger than what they are because, like you said, they've won a couple of awards, so they think that they're all that. It's like, well, maybe you are, but you're really trying to prevent yourself from being approachable.
We see it all the time. Some people have, like you said, they have their stuff priced at a point. It's like, you guys are just trying to cash in, but the art is not all that great. It's subpar. It's just real flashy. It's real,
I've seen some artists that are really, really, really good, but the issue is again, it's just like they wonder, like why are they like not selling, like the amount that they want to, and it's just like, well, because you're pricing your stuff like you're a professional artist. Yes, you are a professional artist. Are you a household name? No. So I mean,
Exactly.
it's like it's kind of like one of those things where it's just like, okay, so are you as good of a vehicle as a Ford or a Chevy or a Lexus or something like that? No. But are you a vehicle? Sure. Okay, so you're not going to price yourself as much as a Lexus because you're a Hyundai. But people still want to sit there and say, oh, yeah, but I'm a vehicle. I should get some kind of rate. No, you're not. You're not. You're a Hyundai. I mean, even the commercials for Hyundai now are even talking about how cheap they are. Yeah. And it's whatever. It's just, I'm not bashing on Hyundai. I'm just trying to give you like an example. I mean, it's just, there's different quality vehicles that are out there. I mean, you're going to get I'll be honest with you, man. It's like, if George Perez was around, that guy would be like the Rolls Royce of like artists, just like, some of those other guys like Frank Frazetta. D Mills, thanks for showing up. Mega 312. Kay was talking to my mom, said, oh wow, like lace work, that's beautiful. Yep, that's exactly what she does. Kay then also says, my mom says, I prefer thread crochet, specializes in christening gowns, hardly used anymore. Yep. But my mom says it's my meditation. That's kind of what my drawing does for me. It just, Sindela Will says they are throwaway cards. Of course they are.
Sage over on YouTube says, set prices to value the hard work, but be realistic, kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing that you can do. Be realistic about it. Like, jokingly, I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to sell this for $300 and some, but realistically, I wouldn't do that at this point. I still see too many errors in my own work to value $350 of some stuff. But I also know that I'm on my way. So, you just...
Yeah, I mean, would I love to make $350 for a piece of work? Yeah, but I also wouldn't feel comfortable charging that to somebody because at the end of the day, for me, I want to make sure somebody's getting something that they feel this is worth their money. I don't want them to sit there and have buyer's remorse.
Most people are going to do that anyway.
Yeah. But if it's something that's a little bit more affordable, maybe it's not going to be as big of a deal,
Yeah.
I mean, like honestly, it's like Kay's work. I mean, you see what Kay sells her, ends up selling her like a lot of her paintings for, and it's just like, that's why like when I was trying to commission work from her, I didn't want to buy her stuff on the cheap. I know she puts a lot of hard work into stuff like that,
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's the biggest thing and the great thing about Whatnot is you come over here and artists will recognize how much work and how much labor you're putting into a piece, and they will actually be able to respect that. And if they want it, they're not going to negotiate and tackle you for it.
Yeah.
Also, you guys are your own worst critics. Artists always are.
Yeah, that's a fact. Oh man, Joe, I'm starting to ink, bro. Uh-oh. You see, that's the support that I have. Joe's already like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm kind of finding solace in slowing down. You know how I always said that I wanted to be quick? I wanted to be fairly quick at what I did because I feel like taking too long doing certain things sometimes it's just like, man, I don't want to take forever. I also get bored of things myself.
Yeah. So now here's the hard part: is you want to get quick, and the only way to get quick is if you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And at the same time, you're always like, how are we going to get better? Well, we're going to get better by doing different stuff. That doesn't mean speeding up. That means you're going to have to slow down and figure out, like, how am I going to do this technique right?
Yeah. When you're right, you're right.
I'm not right very often, but I'll take a win.
But when you are, you are. Sage says, or unless it's a millionaire, lol. Night Ninja said to Sage, if you want to check the guy out, he's called Taban Peter Pan. Taban Peter Pan. Bro, my coffee has been sitting here. I don't know. I think he's the guy from where Night Ninja is that sold for a lot of money.
Oh.
I wonder why sometimes I don't know if I'm like not pushing hard enough or what, but I feel like this fine liner, maybe I push too hard and it's like nib is barely out.
That's a possibility. I think what happens with the Copics is as the nib disappears, that's its way of saying it's just about out of ink.
Oh. On the dead homies. For real?
Yeah.
Damn, that's my 0.1 then. Because, oh yeah, I don't really see a nib. So the next one that I have is a 0.3.
Sounds like we need some more.
And that nib isn't that far out either.
I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. I've told you about this place before. This is what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find these things.
Night Ninja said, lately I've been experiencing burnout. I haven't drawn in like 2 months. Sage also says, same here. I'm a free fill, draw, whatever, just to get back into it. Yeah, bro. That's what you gotta do. That's kind of why me and Joe are preaching, like, draw what you like to draw.
Yep. Okay, right here. Are you ready for this, Anthony?
Hold up. I'm drawing a line. Let me. All right. Oh yeah. So I have.
I'm telling you, this is not all of them. Okay, this is not all of them.
This is what I used, and it's a 0.3 to 1.
Yeah, I've got all of that stuff too, dude, and I still have two more packages like that I haven't even opened up. These I will go and buy replacements like 0.03, 0.05, 0.03. The ones that I use the most, I go and buy individually, and I'll buy 3, 4, or 5, or I'll buy 8 sometimes at a time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just because I use certain ones of these way more often than I use other ones. You know?
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of the situation. Because there's a few of them that I use an excessive amount of. So yeah, those are the ones I buy a lot of. Because I don't want to be in a situation where you're very close to being in, where you're like, oh man, I need to use this pen, and it's donezo.
Yeah. Over on YouTube, they said fountain pens are amazing if you don't want your pen ink skipping, but have a terrible paper, so don't use them much. Yeah.
Right.
I've struggled with the fountain pens. I don't know why. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So real quick, Kay says, "Are those refillable pens? So all you need is India ink. These are not refillable. Do they have refillable ones? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But I have never purchased them, and realistically, I buy these probably for like $3.50 to $4 a piece, so it's not that big of a deal for me. I feel like, but yeah, I used to when I was younger. And no, these are not India ink. These are Copic. The difference in why I don't use India ink because when I was younger, I used to use when I was in high school. I used to use the technical pens where it had the refillable cartridge for the India ink. I used to love using that thing all the time. However, India ink is not alcohol marker proof. It's watercolor proof. It's waterproof, but it's not alcohol cover proof. So you can put down your India ink, and then if you accidentally color near it or over it, it will smudge. And she's like, "Oh, I see." She's like, "I learned that quill pen should be only drawn one direction so it doesn't get caught on the paper fibers." Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, the one and I bought multiple ones. I could not get it to be as reliable for me as a fine liner. You know, I tried it. I really did, and Joe can tell you like it was sad to see. It was a struggle. I just couldn't figure out why Grant his would work and mine wouldn't. I was like, bro, what the hell?
It's all about technique and how you're using it. That's for absolute sure. I was never able to figure out how to correctly use those pens either. But then again, this is also like how I talk about you and Jeffrey and Sully, and the brush pens. I suck at the brush pens. And the one thing you guys keep telling me is like this practice, and eventually you'll start to figure it out. Sully told me he's like find an old sketch pad of just stuff that you have sketched, and just start taking a brush pen to all this stuff. And part of me is like, oh, I'm supposed to keep like all those old drawings. So.
Man, Kay, how was your party last night, bro?
Yeah, how was your rave? I kept thinking about Kay last night. I kept thinking, I'm like, if Kay has a baby, I wonder if she's going to name it.
Mindy.
That'd be dope. Maybe she can name it like after you and me. She can call the kid The Joke.
The Joke?
The Joe. D''Joe. Or just J-O. So D''Jo.
I thought you said The Joke. I was about to say, bro, can somebody block this guy, bro? Like
the Joke. No, I wasn't going that way.
I'm tired of being harassed by you.
Let's see. Dee says the sound was trash and her party was terrible. And the coat check was so disorganized that some people had to go and find their own coats. Oh, Lord.
Oh,
she was at a rave. I thought rave.
That was an upscale ass rave.
That's what I'm saying. I thought like most of those raves that I see like from watching like the old like Blade movie and stuff like that. Never like that.
The raves that I would go to would just be in a field. Y'all had coat chucks?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I watched Smallville and The Matrix, and their raves were like in caves.
In barns. He said in caves. That's funny.
That's where Zion was, right? In The Matrix.
Yeah. And that was probably the gulliest rave of all cinema.
Right?
A lot of Mindy's were born there.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Oh, Kay is live. She left us. She's not even here.
Yes, that doesn't surprise me. And she said she had this stream, so.
Oh, I didn't know that. I think I might have messed up on this perspective, but it's okay because we're just going to follow through with it. This is one of the most official covers that I've done so far. Joe?
Yeah. You're putting a lot into it, dude.
I'm putting a lot into it because I'm drawn with my friend.
You know what, though? It is not one of your first official ones. Me personally, I feel like before this, you had like two crazy official ones. And one was that Black Panther and the other one was that Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, they both sold too. He's my best friend.
Don't tell your wife that. She won't believe you.
I know. How could he be? We spend so much time
Yeah, I know, right?
joking and laughing at him.
Yeah, I know, right?
The amount of arguments she brought my way. She was like, "You need to finish his commission." I was like, "I am." She really had your back. I'm telling you, like, you don't get it.
That's funny, though. I appreciate stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. You would.
That's just something I'm not accustomed to. Oh, boy.
Are you ready?
Just as Am I what?
Are you ready to end or what?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't even know what time it is.
Oh.
It's 3:10. What time do we start?
12
1:30?
my time?
Yeah. Well, I thought we went a little bit early.
Yeah, we did. We did go early.
No, I'm all right for a little bit longer.
Okay.
I want to try and get a little bit more of this inking done on this. That's what I was just noticing. It's like the inking on this is just taking forever.
All right, just let me know.
Okay.
Let me look over here. It says, fountain pens are amazing if you don't want your... Okay, just checked out Tavan Peter, pal. I just say, wow. Boring ASF. That's right. Tracing. Who's tracing? George Watts? Inquiring minds want to know.
So that Peter Pan guy is a tracer. Cool. So interesting.
Mm-hmm. Abi Nihal says hi, hello. Welcome in, welcome in.
Absolutely. All right, so I got a lot of that ink done. However, I'm going to have to pull up my reference again. The one thing about this costume is it is got a lot of busyness going to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very busy. honestly, I kind of hope some of these people that are on YouTube do decide to come over to Whatnot and just explore the possibility of, selling their art, or at least watching other artists, and just educating themselves,
Yeah.
I think it would really help them out a lot. Do I have I bet you I don't. That's interesting. I wonder if I can do that. I will try that. I want to do this golden lasso. I'm going to do the ink on it in a. I wanted to see if I actually have like a Copic, because that was a yellow and I don't. But I have a Copic that's a light brown, and I'll actually try to use that so that it has like a different color than like the rest of her, so that when I go through and hit it with like the actual colors and stuff like that, it has such a different kind of value to it. Are you still there?
Yep.
Okay,
Trying not
perfect.
to
I was
mess
like,
up on this star.
No, you're okay. I was just making sure my headphones didn't die.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, dude, that's looking really good. When's your next show that you're gonna put that one in?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because that one will definitely sell, especially live.
We hope. We hope. When do you want to go live?
I don't know. I mean, that's up to you, dude. I'm busy tomorrow. Or not because I'm working tomorrow. But I mean, I guess, if you want to go tomorrow night, we can go tomorrow night. And whenever I don't get finished with this, like, I can, if you want, like, we can do your show and you can co-host with me, and maybe I can work some more on this on your stream.
Okay.
If you're cool with that.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Because I want this side to be like in shadow.
Alright, I'm gonna do something stupid, I think. Nope, not yet. I'm not doing stupid yet. I'm getting close. I'm not doing stupid yet.
What are you about to do?
Oh no, I was to tackle the hair.
Mm-hmm. So, how do the colors go? It's red, white, red, white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Red, white, red, red, white, red,
Yeah.
white, red, white.
Yeah, it's close enough either way. I mean, I can Google it real quick and double check. Yeah, the center one is red.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Gonna have to rename this stream. You know that?
To what?
Well, if you think about the majority of the stuff that we talk about anymore, there's no jokes. It's still bros, so it's gonna have to be bros and life lessons and experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's funny.
What not to do on whatnots, you know? I mean, it's just stupid stuff, but.
What not to do on the whatnots.
Yeah, right? Boy, that's way too thick. I grabbed the wrong thing. That would have been disastrous.
Joe. All right. So I'm going to let this dry a little bit.
Okay.
See if I can...
Yeah, this isn't as much pressure as I remember it being.
As
I
much.
think it's because at least here. Yeah, I mean, well, the nice thing is that I think it's because here on Whatnot, there's like you, me, and my mom. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else is hanging out, and that's fine.
Over here, dogs are God's gift. The end is night, and only Jesus saves. The world is passing away. You're not wrong. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to decide if I'm ready to tackle on all of these. What are they called again?
Chainmail.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the chainmail links. Yeah. So now there's different types of chainmail. So that's chainmail, and then there's ones that have like a larger, like almost like a, legitimately it's called ring mail because it's made out of like links of rings hooked together, but that's not what chainmail is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that stuff there is chainmail. So. You work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Your normal time?
Yep. 7:30.
Okay, well, not a problem because, like I said, tomorrow's my Friday, and even though I have D&D on Saturday, that's not until later in the day. So, you know, once you get off work, you get home, you get something to eat, you get settled in. Just let me know you're heading home, so I'll start getting my stuff together, and we get on. We'll take care of some business.
Okay. Like I'm mentioning, man, this year we're gonna be leveling up.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a good spot. I mean, especially the last, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks, us actually being able to get back on here and stream consistently a couple times a week is really, 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 really a good step forward. This being the first time me streaming God in months, it seems like. Thanks, you know?
Yeah, bro.
So,
I do. I do.
but I need to do it, you know?
Yeah.
It's a muscle that looks like if I stop using it, it's going to atrophy, and, you know?
Yeah. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of us because you're back on stream and you didn't have any real issues or anything like that. You're nervous, but
weird.
it's not like you're really having a breakdown or anything like that. And
Not yet.
I'm really liking the way that this is starting to turn out.
Well, you should, because it looks pretty good. And when I say pretty good, I mean really, really good.
Uh-huh. You laughed at my Captain America sketch that I sent that one time. I was nervous. I was like, bro, maybe I'm not maybe I'm not able to draw a Cap. Like, he just might not be my forte.
You know, it's legitimate. How many times have you heard me say this? Sometimes you draw a character you've never drawn before, and you're like, I need to draw him again because I didn't capture the right energy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's like that Spawn I sent you. I was like, part of me is just like, I feel like I need to do Spawn some more because I don't feel like I captured the right energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I sent that to you anyway, just because I was like, you know what? I tried different stuff with this. You know, and I wanted you to see, like, hey, I'm trying. You know, I'm trying.
I like it. I still have it.
You haven't thrown it away yet?
Yeah, that sounded a lot worse than I intended. I still have it. He said, well, I would hope freaking so. What else would you do with it? You jerk.
Yeah, tell that one to your wife and see what she says. She will start laughing.
Mm-hmm.
So. Actually, I'm kind of like another amazement today is your household is quiet today. Oh man, Jeffrey says he's back from outer space.
Jeff, you're back, bro. You're back. He says, looks great, guys. Hey, man, thank you, bro. Thank you. And it's quiet because Jill made breakfast. I told her that I wasn't ready to eat. And then she's in the back relaxing. And the boys, yeah, it's... But is it ever really loud in my background?
No, but yeah, I mean, you can
I'm playing music.
Yeah, or she's, you know, like cooking or cleaning up, or your dogs are drinking, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your household sounds like a household. That's all I can say, and it doesn't, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's not like overwhelming. It's not overwhelming.
Yeah. Gaff, what is your approach to drawing chainmail? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, chainmail.
It just sounds so counterintuitive. Am I doing this right? Tell me the truth. You said I try not to. Salty 805 joined as well.
Yeah, just so you know, I'm in the same boat as Jeffrey is on now. There's some things that are real pain in the ass to draw, and that's one of them, dude. You tackled
And
that one, and I was not going to dissuade you. I was like, enjoy.
no, I told you I didn't want to, and you pressured me into doing it. I said,
No,
you
I
know,
didn't.
yes, you did, bro. Tell the truth. I was like, you know what? I don't really, rewind the tape, son, because you trying to play me right now. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. And you pressured me. You said, well, if anybody could do it, it's you. I was like,
you could, because I sat there and I was focused on this. I look over and you're doing the chainmail, like, oh, wow, you're doing all that chainmail, huh?
well, I wasn't going to have you call me a punk, like, yeah, you ran away from it. Like,
oh, man.
You knew I didn't want to do this.
I'll be honest with you. I would have rather drawn Captain America with a motorcycle helmet on it instead of doing all that chainmail. That's just me, though.
Oh, man. You see? You see?
No, it's hard, but it's not that it's not worth it. When it's done right, it looks absolutely amazing.
Okay.
But it's also one of those things. So.
Well, is this done right?
It looks like you're doing pretty good to me. Jeffrey says it's tricky because you have a pattern that still must curve to the contours of the character. Yeah, absolutely. And then so like after you do the pattern, then you kind of also need to go in with the correct kind of shading. So just like what Jeffrey's saying, so like where like the deltoid meets the pec, you kind of have like that little bit of a dip, and or like like on like where the pectorials, like it hit like the center of the chest and how that dips in. I mean, you do like a little bit of shadows in certain spots, but not all of the spots. I mean, because of how it bends and shapes, it can be super tricky. But when you get it done right, I mean, even Jeffrey will tell you it can look dope. Chris Bocciolo drew Cap's. Jeffrey says Chris Bocciolo drew Cap's mail with huge links, which makes it even easier. Yeah, I remember that. It was almost like scale mail.
Yeah, I feel like these might be more scale-like.
No, that's definitely what you're doing is more chainmail. Scale mail is quite a bit larger.
Okay. Well, just correct me.
No. I'm not trying to like shoot you down.
I know.
You would see the difference. Yeah, you would see the difference in the scale mail. So. Jeffrey throwing out some Chris Bocciolo. I love this. Some of his stuff looks amazing.
But Jeffrey, I don't know if I got the answer. Like, is this working out for me? I'm feeling like I can't believe what Joe says right now.
In which aspect?
I feel like just keep going, buddy. You got this.
No, you're doing perfectly fine.
See you through stepping, baby.
Oh my God! Now here you go. Whoa, bro.
Confetti everywhere.
You are either going to have one super spectacular cover with the way you're going to do that chainmail, or you're going to have a magnificent failure. Either one, I want to see. But I'm betting more on the good part, not the bad part. Because you got Jeffrey in your corner giving you advice. You got me kind of helping you a little bit. You got your wife making fun of you. I mean, you got all the motivation in the world right there.
It's just another day in the Graves house. And he said, yep, this is working. Thank you.
Yeah, see? Jeffrey ain't going to BS you.
Thank you, Guff. Hey, are you streaming today, Guff? Or are you... I hope you can hang out with us, man. Give us some advice, bro. Like, we value you.
Yeah, his advice for me, don't quit your day job, Joe. I'm not. Don't worry about it.
I did. No, I didn't. I was involuntarily let go. But I wasn't fired.
Let go,
They said, look... No, actually, I had options. I chose not to. I was like, nah, I think I'm going to try seeing this art thing through.
I think it's going to be a good choice for you in the long run, dude.
In the long run, I agree.
I mean, it's not there yet, but that's because you just legitimately, I think, started taking it super seriously this last year, right?
Yeah.
And you're already starting to see dividends.
Yeah.
Jeffrey says, "Nah, y'all are in boss mode for real." Yeah, right.
Nah, he might be onto something, Joe, because look at what we've accomplished. You've
I tell
only
you what,
been
I
doing
wish,
this
like,
for a year. I want to get up to the level to where we can get our instant payout, because then I think you'll feel a little bit better.
well, I would be happy if I just sold more stuff. So.
Yeah, but you don't put
But then
nothing
if
up for sale.
I got stuff in the what do you want to call it? You know, there's stuff in the bin.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have anything new in there because it seems like everything that I do lately that's new is for somebody who's already commissioned something from me.
Look at that. So you said I don't have anything new because I got commissions.
Yeah, but they're not the commissions I want. So, you know, I want like stuff. I mean, and like even doing something like this doesn't bother me, but you know, it's just beggars can't be choosy. That's all. That's the mentality I'm gonna have to have. You know, and it's just like I said, like when I've got that friend of mine who wants his kids drawn like those action poses doing sports, I'm like, this is good. You know?
Yeah.
Because I know, like, once his wife sees that, it's going to be like game over. Hey, Joe, my wife said I could offer you free for nothing on this. So, like, that's fine by me. They can get rid of them. I don't know what it is that the oldest does in the room next door to me, but every day it sounds like he's moving furniture around.
I want to let this chill for a second before I really start erasing. I'm going to do some ink wash.
That'll be cool.
Moose 1268 just joined.
Nice. We're going, Moose. Jeffrey, you guys are in boss mode. I'm not going to tell you anything. Like, oh, that's how you keep secrets.
Gatekeeper.
Yep.
Oh, sheesh.
What'd you do?
I started erasing the...
Too soon?
No. I started erasing the shield and the star was penciled in.
Ah.
I didn't ink the star. You know what? I've never gone to an artist stream and seen them inking their pencil and said
Right.
tracing. I've never said that. Maybe I know art. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I wonder why don't they?
By the way, Jeffrey says, speaking of the chainmail, some of the best effects happen when you don't draw each individual link. Absolutely. And where you're just doing kind of like drawing like in the shadow. That's all you're drawing is the shadow. Jeffrey says the eye tends to fill in the blanks when they see the surface. Yeah, absolutely. You got it.
Yeah. So I did too small, too many. But I'm gonna go in and black is gonna be, some black and stuff. So hopefully that solves some of that issue that you're talking about. Because I know exactly what you mean. I wanted to see it through though. Because again, I got pressured into doing this by Joe. He said nothing is wrong with yours though, bro. Thank you. I told Joe I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And he said, "Stop crying."
Yeah, I remember you saying something like that. Absolutely. I remember saying, "Suck it up."
Yeah, he
This
resulted
is how
to
you learn. This is the
name
process.
calling. He said that I would never be a real artist if I didn't do it.
You said you wanted to do more, be better this year. This is how it's going to work. So yeah, I remember. Now that you're saying it,
You're remembering?
little by little, yeah. I've got the dementia since, and that's what I got you for, is to help remind me of the things that I say. Lord. Lord. Let's see. Jeffrey says, I was just saying what I have seen from the industry bets, and you are to be commended for diving into it.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
Jeffrey's trying to backtrack. You're doing great, dude. You're doing great. Keep on going.
Keep it up, Buttercup.
Lord.
Bro, if you haven't been stepping your ink wash game up, I'm telling you, start it now. It's worth it.
Oh, I ink wash whenever I can, but I haven't ink washed lately.
Oh, okay.
Hardly anything. So just because there just hasn't been a whole lot for me to ink wash. So. Oh, there it is. Oops, my son just woke up.
He said, braver than me. Both of you can give me a class. Nah, man. He's trolling. That's what we call the ultimate troll right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sergio says, yo, I'm back from yesterday. This is sick. Well, thank you. Welcome back, bro. I'm glad you were able to make it.
Yeah, the sad thing is Jeffrey, this was it's almost like you don't remember that we show up to your streams and watch you draw. So we know what you do.
For real. It's almost like Jeff doesn't know that we're fans of his.
Right?
You can't fool me, buddy.
You can try, though.
It's raining out here, bro. What's the weather like over there?
Sunny today. I have no idea what the temperature is because I have to look at my phone. Probably in the 20s, maybe the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, light winds. So we don't have anything crazy coming at us for a couple of days. So
It's getting a little heavier over here.
it's getting kind of hectic.
Heavier.
Sorry. I was just thinking about that old, God, what was that song in the 90s? Maybe it's late 80s. It's just like, one guy's like, it's getting kind of hectic. It's getting,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what
no,
you mean.
that's,
I know the song. I don't know who sings it or anything like that. He said, "Snap, I've got the power."
yeah,
Sunny.
yeah, there it is.
Oh, he said, "Sunny here." Man, it's raining heavy over here, and it's crazy because they say it never rains in California. Um, let's see.
That's actually entertaining because I was gonna say, go ahead. What you're gonna say?
Marzi over on YouTube says he looks so peaked. Steve Rogers. Dave's 0074. I need meditation from you, not gonna lie.
So there was a movie back in the 80s that I really liked a lot by Steve Martin. God, what was the name of that movie? But in the movie, he plays a weatherman in California, and because it's always like sunny and 72 in Southern California, like they pre-tape, like his forecast for the next couple of days.
Yeah, because
So,
it doesn't change.
But it's, yeah, so yeah, I can't remember what the name of that movie was. Oh man. But that was a cool movie, actually. I really enjoyed that movie quite a bit. It has like a lot of, it's called LA Story. Easy peasy right there. Came out in 91, LA Story. Really, really good movie. I really enjoyed that movie quite a bit. But it's a commentary, kind of funny, like how just different like California culture is from like the rest of the world, and yeah, it's definitely different, but it's really good. Yeah, I dug that movie quite a bit. I remember seeing it a bunch of times. Okay, where is the quick? All right, so I'm gonna give you like 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna clock off because I'm gonna go downstairs and start making dinner. And then we can pick this up tomorrow night.
All right. Seeing if I can get some shading on this. Let's see. Nope, nothing new. Just making sure we didn't miss nothing.
I'll take a better picture of this for you, by the way, once, like we get off of here. Because I know, like, my camera that's on here is not the best, so, which really sucks, so.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I wish that I had I wish I could use like my actual camera when we do this, but I can't run it through my computer. You know, you can only do this stuff like on your phone. I wish Whatnot would get around to fixing that.
Mm.
It would be amazing.
So Whatnot need to do better.
Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, you know, it'd be nice. I'm not gonna complain, but it'd be nice. Yeah, I mean, I know it's an app for a phone, but it doesn't have to be just. You know, I mean, when you offer the app on a person's computer, it should be able to have like a lot, if not all, of the same stuff, right?
You would think. That's what I would think. But what do I know?
I actually think I did a pretty good job on the sketches here and having these women about the same size, you know, and not having the same face, you know.
Yeah.
They were gonna have slightly similar bodies, just because they're both kind of like the Amazon warrior type.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm trying to do different hairstyle. I'm trying to do different. I'm trying not to say, oh, look, it's a carbon copy right next to the same person, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, not be that artist.
I think it looks good. Honest truth.
Oh, I appreciate it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, it's going to be up to the non-paying customer if they like it. I do more shit for friends and family that I give away for free than I sell, you know that. But that's all right. I'm not mad about it. I just think it's hysterical that I was like, you know, like I'm gonna start selling this. But no, you're not. Lord. I like doing this stuff in the blue pencil, but I tell you what, this blue pencil does not want to come up.
That's one thing that I was always trying to figure out from that one artist that we would watch. I forget his name right now. I'm just blanking on him. I gave you the access to his thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jerkmonger.
You know?
Yeah.
I have not watched that yet. Maybe I'll take time to watch it tonight.
Nah, you ain't gonna do it.
That's a possibility. But because what will happen is my family will be like, hey, Dad! And then the rest of my time's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I also got to try to use your, like, you know, like 16 character password that's all over the place.
I don't even think I made up the password. I just let Apple do it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
For that, they said, you want a strong password? I said, sure. Let me have it.
Absolutely. So strong it's going to give Joe fits. got a strong password, though. I'll tell you that, bro.
You are a truly talented artist. I hope you pursue a lot further and it brings true happiness and joy in your life. For Ryan Burko, 304, thank you. I appreciate you. Shoot, I hope the same thing too, bro.
Yeah.
Because the shocking truth is you can do all this and chase the dream, and then when you finally get it, it's not as fulfilling of a dream as you thought, and that's life.
Yes. Yep.
Say, damn, I find myself to be more stressed than when I was broke. You know, when you get money.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
The people who finally get money, it's like, man, my life was easier when I was broke. But we still want that money, though, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's part of the dream, right?
Until you get the dream. So, yeah.
Yeah. Grass is always greener someplace, bud.
Someplace. All right, Joe, check this out. I did, for the most part, I did like the shading and stuff.
Yeah. Ellie showed up and says both are looking amazing. I think it's probably because mine's not showing through. She's just like not wearing her glasses, and she's got like the double vision on your stuff.
Thank you, Ellie. We're gonna be streaming again tomorrow. We're not sure, not 100% sure on like the time, but it will be the case.
It'll be tomorrow night.
Yeah. You think some more shadow would probably be right here?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, Snap, and I've got the power. That's back in the day when there was like CNC Music Factory and all those guys.
I've got the power.
Yep.
That was used in Bruce Almighty.
And I think it was also used in like the Turbo movies.
Yep. I was about to say Ninja Turtles, but Bruce Almighty, I know for a fact. I was guessing with Ninja Turtles. I want to make this so freaking official, bro. Look at that. He looks like Captain America.
Good, yeah.
I'm gonna do just a little bit more shading and then our stream is over, bro. I think we did good. Yours is looking good too. You already inking and stuff?
Well, I still have the other character I completely got to sketch out still. So yeah. Jenny 700, thanks for showing up.
Welcome to the stream. I wonder what Evan would say if he saw this.
I don't know. I'm sure he'd probably tell you something. What was the one thing that he used to always get on you about?
I don't know.
Seems like it was always one thing that he was always the same thing.
Have you tried not drawing that?
No, it was something else. It was always the same thing. I don't remember what it was, but I always thought it was funny. I was like, you don't have another criticism. You don't have like anything else to help out with. You don't have anything else to say. Hey, you did this right on. You know, it was always like, hey, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was, to me, it was always the same thing. Like, I'm like, you're better than this, so you should be.
It's all good. Look, Ma, I'm making it.
All right.
Let's see. Hey man, I'm back. Happy New Year. BO 91202. Welcome in. Happy New Year, bro. Ryan says money brings temporary happiness, but lingering issues, unfortunately. That's true. He also wants to know, have you designed your own characters? Not like my own characters. Not really, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. But I do want to. I do want to. That is a goal. I just haven't yet.
I absolutely did. I absolutely did. Every so often I still get around the drawing, but not very often. Oh, Neil 19, thanks for stopping by. And I think as soon as he stopped by, he probably checked right out. All right. I think I'm about done for the day.
All right.
And then I'll take a picture of this, you know, so that I can share it with everybody else.
All right. All right, you guys. Everyone over on YouTube, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank y'all for the chat, the support, for watching us draw, and Happy New Year to everybody. We will be back tomorrow evening to do some more drawing. So stop back by, and I hope y'all have a good day. Right, Joe?
Absolutely. Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and raid Mindy.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night.
See you guys.
Bye.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe over on YouTube. Peace.